Hello, this is Uncle Jim, and this is my son's first rifle. He was about 7 years old. Now, James Pullard did a video on his 243 that had the same similar stock of that era. And so I asked my son, hey, why don't you pull out Silver? That's the name of the gun. Pull out old Silver, and he had it in his safe, and I haven't seen it for years. And the oil was all yellow and gunky, and so I ran it through and cleaned her out. But anyway, this is his first rifle. It wasn't a bolt or a single shot. It was a semi-auto. I was kind of into 1022s back then. All right, stock barrel, except for I had it threaded for a can, which we're going to be using today. We have a varmint problem. All right, so I can't even remember what I did to it until I took it apart for cleaning. Evidently, I gave it a trigger and a trigger stop and used the stock parts. Just get rid of the creep and lighten it up a bit, but have it safe for a kid or hunting. So it's about 4.3 pounds, something like that, maybe 4.5. But there's no creep, it's really crisp. Did that. And then for some reason I was jeweling back then, playing around trying to jewel, so I jeweled the bolt. Did the quick release mod and put the Butler Creek bump on here for a mag release. So no fumbling, stumbling. Now the neat thing is, later, I think at first I had put a peep on it after the stock sight. And then later, a friend of mine that ran the range part of the shop, he ran the range, and my son loved the guy. His name was Howard, and he passed away, had a heart attack, and my son was really bummed out. But I got this scope from Howard, and we put it on here. And so my son has a piece of Howard with him because he really loved Howard. So it's sentimental. It's an old Simmons 4-power scope, and it's very nice. And this is how it came with the nickel rings, so we just left everything Howard on top. So it's got some history. He was 7 years old when he first started shooting this, and then later I got him an old bolt action and other stuff, but it's kind of funny. We did it that way. I started with semi-auto when I was about 7. All right, so still has the barrel band. It has this iconic stock. Some people didn't like the stock, thought it was fugly. I happen to like it a lot, and I think James likes his, and a lot of other people, because they're sought after now, and they're solid. They're not hollow. It's all solid. And so it's a nice stock. There's no bedding. It's just like stock to barrel, no bedding, nothing, no oversized pins, nothing. And so last night my son's like, hey, I gotta shoot this, it's been a while. He pulled it out from his safe and he shot 5 shots at the swinger from the garage door and made a nice group, hit them all. So anyway, today we're gonna sit out. We have a varmint problem. The cats are trying to keep up, but I think there's one chipmunk left out there the cats didn't get. It gets in my exhaust pipe in the engine compartment. And then we have like 4 squirrels, they're ground squirrels, that are eating up the garden and burrowing under the stairs and the deck and porch. And so it's okay around here. If they're pests, you can take care of them. And it seems like every couple years you get a rash of them, and then you thin them down and they're gone for a year or two, and now they just found new territory and they're all over the place. So we're just going to sit out and see what happens. All right, so the first thing I do on a 1022 is do the quick release mod. You can do it yourself or you can buy the part. Just make sure it doesn't, you can bump the stock and it doesn't go off on its own, so you don't have to fumble. All right. And that is one of the greatest things you can do to a 1022, so you're not fumbling with the lock, and makes it a whole lot better. But basically this is stock. Cut it to 16 1/4 and had it threaded, but it's a stock barrel, no bedding, all that. And it shoots pretty good. Maybe I'll shoot it at 70 yards. Anyway, we're gonna go out and wait for varmints in the back. Now, if it really got bad, we'd have to go to a Black Dog drum, which works perfectly, but I don't think we'll need all that today. All right. Now, if you guys were doing your job, I wouldn't have to do this. Okay, so we put out a target to make sure both our rifles are sighted in, and we're gonna call it the Broke Loader Art Target. Let's zoom in on this. And we'll sight her in for squirrel range. Okay, we need to make slight adjustments. I nipped his chin, but I was dead on the body, so a few adjustments. Okay, so the son brought his scope over, and the headshots are doing good between both rifles, so I think we're ready. We already had a squirrel in the tree to the right, but I can't shoot in that direction. So we're gonna wait it out. Shh, quiet. Okay, we changed positions. Now we're offhand. He's going up the tree, getting pine cones and coming back down. So we're gonna shoot offhand here. Is that his head right there? Yeah. Recording. Watch the rock. Ready? Headshot.
Got him.
Well, that's a chipmunk, and the sun's silver got him. All right, so while we're waiting for squirrels, let's see what a stock 1022 barrel can do at 70 yards without bedding or anything. And see what happens here. For a power scope. All right, was that 5? I think so. All right. Okay, I got a first shot flyer, which makes it about 2.5 inches. But the rest of them, inch and just under 1 1/4 inch, 1 1/16 maybe, in between. Not bad for a little hunting gun. First shot flyer cold bore. All right. I must have left the glitter out here from last video with the redhead, and I just took a face plant in the dirt head first, coming over the bridge. So there's that. All right, continuing. All right, so this is what happens when the old man falls off the bridge, and both of my knees are screwed up and my wrist, but that's okay. bring on the squirrels. They know the rifles are out right now, and they're laughing at me, so it's personal for society, son of a bitch. Okay, we have a thunderstorm rolling in. We got lightning and rain right now, so we're gonna have to quit. Those squirrels know. They know when a rifle is out. So we're gonna have to be more stealthy. Until next time. I didn't ask for rain or thunder. No rain dance. Son of a bitch. Squirrels still out.